Hey guys, today we're making braised cabbage, which is a seasonal dish. It's nice when the weather gets a little cooler. And the good thing about this is that you can add in pretty much any vegetables you like. So I use red onions, you can use leeks. I put some celery in here and parsnips. You can use whatever you like and make it your own. And it makes a really nice, warm, comforting side dish for meats or even with rice. And actually, my favorite way to eat this is a little non-traditional, but I like to take this braised cabbage and add a fried egg on top. And it's actually really delicious with the runny yolks. So I'm going to show you how to make it, and it's so freaking good. Here I'm prepping all the vegetables for the braised cabbage. So I'm thinly slicing about half a head of flat cabbage. You can also use savoy cabbage or red cabbage, and I'm just putting that aside into one bowl. Then I'm also slicing several stalks of celery with the inner leaves for aromatics. And I'm also cutting up a red onion into thin slices. You can use shallots, leeks, green onions, regular onions. It's really up to you. I'm also going to grate a parsnip and a carrot to add a little bit of crunch, but you can absolutely use another sturdy vegetable like celery root or even a jicama. And finally, I'm finely chopping a huge bunch of dill. You can also use parsley or whatever you like. Then I'm adding in my carrots, parsnips, onions, and celery into a heavy bottom pot with a little bit of avocado oil. And I'm gonna let that sweat down until it starts to get a little soft and aromatic. You need to add in just a pinch of salt to sort of get things going. And you're just gonna keep stirring until everything starts to soften. Now you're going to need some sort of liquid to deglaze with. And what I mean by that is you're going to be adding in liquid so that things don't stick to the bottom of the pan. I'm using a particularly gelatinous beef broth, but you can also use chicken broth, vegetable broth, water. You can even use something exciting like apple cider or white wine. But you're going to just be adding in bits of liquid every time the things start to stick to the bottom of the pan. I'm adding in 1 small can of tomato paste to give it a little bit of depth of flavor. And I'm also going to be adding in a drizzle of balsamic vinegar and a drizzle of maple syrup. And again, deglazing as needed. So in with the balsamic vinegar, about a tablespoon or so. You can also use apple cider vinegar or regular vinegar. And then a drizzle of maple syrup or honey or even molasses would work really well in this recipe. And then you're going to add in your cabbage. It's going to cook down, so even if it seems like a lot in the pot, add it all in there. You're going to add another pinch of salt and stir everything really well to combine. Finally, add in your dill or parsley or coriander or whatever herbs you're using. You're going to cover with a lid and let that simmer away for anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes. And every so often, you're going to lift up the top, add a little bit more liquid, stir it around, and see how it's doing in there. And it's ready when everything is nice and tender, delicious, and aromatic. Braised cabbage. It's so freaking good. Не получилось. Самый